and methods before and you don't know everything. So I'm going to share that information with you, and I may answer some of your questions, but if I do not at the end, I will answer whatever questions you still have. But as you come into content methods, it is your senior year, and just so you'll know some things about methods is that we have 4 classes. It is math, science, social studies, and classroom management. If you are a special ed major, you may have already taken classroom management in your special ed classes, so you may not be taking that course. In content methods, a lot of field experience, and I know right now you are doing field experience. I've seen some of you out in the schools, and we too have field experience, about 120 hours. I will tell you, for every section that looks a little bit differently. Some sections do field experience every Thursdays, and then 2 to 4 weeks out in the field. Some sections don't do Thursdays, and they only do 4 weeks out in the field straight. So every section does that just a little bit differently, but we are out there full time to teach whole class, whole group lessons. We try to use some project-based learning, which is a big thing right now in education. How many of you have heard about project-based learning? Good, you've already been exposed to that. That's awesome. You also get to experience a little bit of the teacher work sample. Many of you have heard of the TWS. All right, and you've heard a lot about that. Well, in content methods, we let you go through just a little, we call it a mini TWS, to help you prepare you for that one that you do in student teaching. So we're going to calm your nerves about that, let you experience it, so that you'll know exactly what you need to do during your student teaching method semester. We also spend one day out at Project Learning Tree, which is a science and integrated day, and we usually meet out at the state park. It's a full day thing. You get a great little textbook full of lesson plans, and it's just an outdoor day, and we see some of the pictures of them experiencing Project Learning Tree. Now I'm going to tell you a little bit about sections. The information is on this slide, but guys, you don't need to take notes because we're going to post this on our Facebook page, and you can go back and look at that. If you have not friended the Curriculum Instruction Facebook page, you may want to do that. Yes, ma'am?
Is there a way to get it if you don't have Facebook?
Okay, we can, if you will send an email, we can email you the PowerPoint, or at the end, I'm going to give you a card that has a lot of this information, so you may not even need it since you're at this meeting, okay? You know, I have Facebook, but never use it, so I would be right there with you. All right, so we have 7 sections in content methods. At the end, I'm going to give all of you a card that's this information about where the classes meet and where you do your field experiences on this card. So that's what you don't need to write down. I'm going to give you that information. But I don't want to give it to you now because what I know, what you're going to do is look at this and not listen to me, right? And I want you to listen.
Does that have the books on?
Yes, it does. All right, so we have 7 sections. Sections 1 through 4 are up here in Huntsville. Section 5 and 6 is down at the Woodland Center. Section 7 is at Tomball Center. And it is a night section where all classes are at night. Okay? So for those of you who work full time, then that would be a section for you. All right, so let me just break it down by section. Section 1, classes meet in New Waverly. And next semester, you're going to have 1 instructor, and that is going to be Ms. Forrester, and she's going to teach all 4 classes in New Waverly. When you get ready to do your field experience, you can see all of the different schools that she places for field experience. And you notice that by Trinity it says PDS. We have several sections that participate in a PDS model, and what that means is that we put you in methods and student teaching at the same school. And so Trinity, New Waverly is one of those schools. So if you know you would like to do your methods and student teaching in New Waverly, then this is the section that you specifically want to be in, so that you can be at both places. If you're not interested in that, it can still be a section that is for you, because you're going to get a chance to be in either Willis, Conroe, Anderson, Shiro, Trinity, or Cold Springs. Ms. Forrester's field experience is for 4 weeks. So you'll come to class, and then you take your break for 4 weeks from classes, and you attend your field experience. I do want to talk about Anderson Shiro. How many, anybody in here kind of think they would like to do your student teaching in Bryan College Station? Okay, several of you. Let me tell you from my experience, I also supervise student teachers. Those of you that want to do Bryan College Station, sometimes you don't get that placement. And do you know why? Because there's another university over there that places students. And so Sam Houston doesn't always get in to Bryan College Station. So several semesters ago, we brought Anderson Shiro into methods because it's about 30 miles from Bryan College Station. And it is a fabulous school district. It's a small school district, but it is awesome. So this is an alternative place for you. And you know, you may want to go right now, okay, I don't think I'm going to get into Bryan College Station. I'm just going to go ahead and aim for Anderson Shiro. And you might want to do, they too will place you for student teaching.
Where is New Waverly?
New Waverly is just 10 miles down the road. Between here and Willis. Okay? You know, Conroe, Trinity, and Cold Springs is headed east a little bit. Well, you know, that's a little common sense. If everybody in there wanted Anderson Shiro, they can't take 22 method students. So I'm just saying those are the schools that she uses. How she places you will be up to her. Okay. I do want to mention, you're going to see that field experience is a little different from everyone. But classes, when you register for classes, on the schedule, it may say Tuesday and Thursday, or it may say Wednesday and Thursday. But just like in Lit Block, really your hours in Methods Block, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. How we determine to use you for classes is up to the instructor. And there's no other class that you would register for on Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday, so it's methods. So we're telling you in advance, don't get a job on Thursdays, because that may be one of your methods day, class day, or a field experience day. So Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursdays, plan on it being used somehow for methods, whether it's classes or field experience.
What if we have an evening class on Tuesdays, like I'm a sped?
Right, evening classes, we're just talking about during the day. We're just talking about during the day. Good question.
And then on the field experience, it says Monday through Friday, so is that all 5 days?
When you do field experience, if it's in a block of 4 weeks, it is Monday through Friday.
Okay.
From 7:30 to 3:30. Some districts say they want you there from 7:45 to 4. So we say until 4 o'clock. That way, if you have a job, you work after in the evening, don't plan on being there at 4 o'clock, because you plan on reserving it for methods until 4 o'clock.
So basically what that is saying is if we have any extra classes to take in the evening,
Take them in the evening or find one that's on Monday or Friday. However, when you do field experience, it won't work. It won't work. Now, you may have a course, and I know I've had students in the past, it's an early childhood course where you have to do some field experience. So you plan on doing that on the weeks that you're not out in the field in methods, but while you're in class. And so you can get your field experience on a Monday or a Friday, and that works very well. Yes, ma'am?
Okay, on our degree plan, okay, isn't there one class that you actually have to register for?
It's a reading, it's the content reading course, and it's always in the evening.
Okay.
It's always in the evening. Oh, Dr. Neighbors, you're here.
If they're taking the early childhood class, there are evening sections. Don't try to take it on the Monday when you don't have literacy content methods, because when you're out for the field, you're going to miss class and you'll fail that class.
Okay, so that answers that. So there is an evening early childhood
There are
course.
2 sections of evening.
2 of them. Okay, perfect. All right, so now let's move to section 2. Section 2 meets in Huntsville and here in the TEC. There is one instructor for that course, and that is Ms. McIntosh. She does her field experience in Willis at Metter Elementary. Her field experience, she says, is for 5 weeks. But that's Willis. Right, section 3 meets here in Huntsville. It is one instructor, Ms. Thompson. Her field experience is in Madisonville, 4 weeks. And I do want to talk a little bit about Madisonville. It's north, rural school. But it is the same distance to Madisonville as it is to Conroe. It just might seem a little further because it's rural. When you go to Conroe, you're driving through New Waverly and Willis and then Conroe. So it makes the drive seem quicker. But it's the same distance from Madisonville as it is to Conroe. Okay? It is also a great alternative if you know you want to be in the Bryan-College Station area, because it's not too far. Yeah. Okay. And we have, I've been teaching methods for 6 years, and Madisonville has always been one of our sites. They know how methods works. They know what you're required to do. So it's a great district. Okay, section 4, and that is my section. And I teach it in Huntsville, but my classroom is at Scott Johnson Elementary. So I have a classroom on site there. I am the only instructor. My field experience is Willis and Huntsville. I would say mainly Huntsville, but I often have to go and do Willis because it's very difficult to place, you know, how many, if I have 25 students, one school can't handle that many, so I go into Willis. I am also a PDS section, which means if you want to be in Huntsville for student teaching, then I will make that work for you. If you don't want to be in Huntsville, you're still welcome to, you know, get into my section. I just won't place you for student teaching. But the students that want to be in Huntsville for their student teaching, then this is the section that you want to be in. My field experience is on Thursdays and 4 weeks. Section 5 meets at the Woodland Center. Field experience is in Conroe, and there will probably be 3 instructors for that section, and 5 weeks field experience. All right, section 6 also meets in the Woodland Center. Field experience is in Conroe, the Woodlands Conroe area. I think actually Kaufman, is that kind of more in the Woodlands?
Yes.
Okay, so Woodlands, Conroe. Field experience for 5 weeks, and there are 3 instructors for that section. Section 7 meets at University Park, which is in Tomball. And it meets Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday evening. I'm saying 5:30-ish. So this is that section for people that may already be like a instructional aide in a classroom, or have a full-time job during the day and need to go to school at night. So all classes are offered at night. There are 3 instructors. They do their field experience and climb. And if any of you, how many of you think you might be interested in this section? Okay. When you do field experience, even though you're going to school at night, you have to reserve those 4 weeks to go into the schools during the daytime. Okay? Anytime when you're out into the field experience time, we don't have classes in addition to field experience. You go, we don't meet classes and you're out in the field. All right, so that is our 7 sections. Now, can I answer any questions that you might have?
For the TTT or for the Woodland Center locations, do we know who the instructors are as of yet, or are they still?
We know Dr. Taube is the math instructor. Dr. Foster is the science instructor. I think Dr. Taube is teaching both of them are teaching their content and their classroom management. And then I think Linda Anderson is teaching the social studies. We're still working on that, but that's who has been teaching that.
Is Lowell CPS school?
They can be. So if you're in one of the Willis sections, that was something we need to work out in advance, that if you want to be in Willis, then yes, we can try to make that work.
We could have to be advised.
Yes. You do have to be advised.
And also, you are so far along in your program right now, you shouldn't have much left. You do not have to visit the advising center. You can send me an email because I do email advising. Make sure you put your SAM ID so I don't have to look it up. But you can do email advising.
Now, and Dr. Neighbors hears from me almost every semester because we get method students that are overloading their schedule. And they're taking 17 hours or so. I'm telling you, guys, it's hard. Just content methods, the 12 hours, that's enough on your plate. But then you're taking the content reading course. That's in the evening. If you take anything beyond that, you are asking to scream. Because you're going to be so overwhelmed with stuff on your plate, and it's hard to juggle all of that. So my advice to you, not as an official advisor, is if you have other courses to take, try to take it mini-mester, try to take it during the summer. This is not the semester to overload your plate.
Talking about like other courses that we have to take in the summer and stuff, is that gonna put us on hold for being placed in a section for content methods?
If they have other courses in the summer, today you're going to fill out an informational card for me. Okay. That is something that you're going to want to put on that card. I am taking this course during the summer. But you do have to be approved saying that you have all of your courses taken, and we're going to get your information today, say, hey, I want to be in section 3, and we will, we'll start putting those in placements. But if you haven't taken all the courses, we do look at the people that are fully admitted into all of that. But that's not to say you won't get it. We know that we have students that go during the summer.
And you have to apply, ready or not, if you're planning on taking methods in the fall, March 1 through April 1, you have to apply online.
Right.
Do your TK20.
Other questions? Any other things you can think of? Yes?
I've heard that Huntsville ISD isn't accredited anymore or something.
It is.
Is that true?
No, never heard that in my life. I'm in Huntsville schools every day. Anything else? Yes?
Okay, and just to clarify, so some sections do say Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and some only said Tuesday, Thursday, but it's gonna be Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday,
You
regardless.
reserve, that's
basically.
why I'm telling you.
Okay.
You reserve Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. And like I
Regardless.
saw one section that said 5 weeks out in the field, and I'm thinking that's probably a typo. It should probably 4 or 5.
Okay.
But it may be because it says 4, like my section I know says 4, but I have you go Thursday, some of the Thursdays, so total in all it is about 5 weeks. But
Okay.
it's Thursdays plus 4 weeks together. So we all do about the same. It's just some of us do it all at one time. Some of us do Thursdays and then out in the field. So it's really the same time. And that's okay. We can do things differently. All right, any other questions? Yes, ma'am.
I would just like for you to cover how you can only have so many people in a section,
Okay,
and if everybody wants section 1, it's not gonna
that's
work.
what's coming next. Okay, I have informational cards, which I'm now ready for you to look at and pass out. I'm going to pass these out and let you look at them. And on here, you're going to get to rank your choices. First, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh choice. And on this card, you rank them. But I'm going to tell you there's some sections that always have 50 people as first choice. Well, logically, does that make sense? Can we put 50? No. So we have to use good judgment. We look at your second choice, so we get all of
Should we write them and let it fall in the
Okay, now what I want you to do on the back, if you have something that we need to know as we're building our sections, please write that on the back. I'm a mom, I have children in Willis, therefore Willis is the best choice for me. I play athletics, or I'm a cheerleader for Sam. I need to be in Huntsville so that I can keep my stuff going. Put that on here. I carpool with these people and we want to be in this section. We just look at that kind of stuff. But there is usually around 20 to 22 people per section. And so we equally distribute these cards, 20 to 22 people, and we look at those notes. On here, we want to know if your major is an EC6 generalist. We want to know if you're a special ed major or a bilingual major. That way we know if we have spots for you in the school for field experience that we can put you at a campus that has bilingual programs. We would like to know what grades you worked in literacy block. We try our best at Sam Houston State University to give you the best experience to make you a well-rounded teacher candidate. And if you've done all of your field experience in first grade up until this point, we don't want to give you first grade again. We want you to be well-rounded. So we try to give you a variety of experiences and not lock you into one spot. So we want to know what you did in lit block. I think that's all. Yes.
How do we, so for the application online that opens on Saturday, like, we just go to an artifact, create an artifact, like, thing?
You're going to apply, and you, I think you just left out the room. Diana, you?
When you go to TK20, the button is not there today. The button will magically appear. You're going to click on it, and it's going to have a drop-down box of what you want. So just remember what you put on this card, because in TK20, if you put that you want Woodlands, and on this card, it's Huntsville, you're going to be put in Chicago.
This is not your registration or application. This is not it. This is for the instructors to help divide you into sections. That's all this is for. Once you apply, Then Mrs. Hayes that was just here, she's gonna get it. Make sure she'll check to see if your ed prep ready, everything's in order. Then just like in lip block, you will be sent your section numbers and say you need to register for this section.
And as you're doing that, once you put it on TK20 and once you've turned in the card, then you're gonna think, okay, they're gonna get back with me next week. That is not correct. This is for the fall, remember? You may be taking some classes in the summer. They're going to take the time to make sure that you have completed all of the prerequisite courses. They're going to make sure that you have all your any D's or anything outstanding taken care of. You will not get an email until late May or even in the summer because this is for fall, so do not stress.
So it will be late May before you hear anything.
So relax.
Just put the email here. Two classes. Right, when you have your card filled out, if you will bring me your card and then we're through. This, hopefully you find this helpful, that you now know a little bit more about methods, how it works, but main key parts is Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, no other classes, no jobs. Field experience, be prepared for those blocks of time, 7:30 to 4, and then your field experience preference location. That's how we divide our sections. Okay, so you can bring me those cards and I will see you in the fall.